2010 was one of the last years I really remember being invested in Disney Channel. I feel like, at least for me, around 2010 is when the general lineup of shows started to get worse. As well, I just kind of hit that age where I didn't really watch TV as much. I was too busy watching Smosh. However, one of the last big Disney Channel movies I remember watching was a movie called Starstruck. Now, Starstruck is a movie that I remember very little about. I remember it feeling like a big deal at the time, and then I don't think I've ever really heard anyone talk about it since. It stars one of the actors from Sunny with a Chance.
You're him.
And also, in my opinion, features some of the worst music I've heard in a Disney Channel movie. And that's about all I remember. Starstruck opens with a series of shots of one of the main characters, Christopher Wilde, who is our main love interest / teen heartthrob, and he's performing at a concert at a massive venue. I love how in this scene you can see just how excited his fans are to be there, and then we cut from that concert to a house. So now we're introduced to our actual main characters, Jessica and Sarah Olsen.
Jessica! Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Am I blocking your view of what's his name?
Some important things to note right off the bat. Sarah is what we in the modern age call a stan. She is obsessed with Christopher Wilde. She runs his fan page, watches every concert, follows everything he does.
Know where he works, eats, surfs.
And Jessica does not care for him at all.
Is it too late for me to be an only child?
Yes.
The Olsen family lives in Michigan, but they're planning a trip to California to visit some family. And Sarah is excited because she wants to stalk Christopher Wilde. This entire movie's plot, from now on, hinges on the fact that Sarah really wants to stalk Christopher Wilde. Also, there's this weird throwaway line that they add in where she mentions that she texts Christopher Wilde every day.
What if he picks me up at the airport?
Why would he do that?
I'm an original member of his fan club. I follow his minute-by-minute blog posts, and I text him every day.
We find out later in the movie this is, just not true because he doesn't know who she is. Who is she texting? Oh my god, guys. Christopher just replied, he's gonna pick us... Wait. $500 Amazon gift card. Oh, that's to pay for the limo he's gonna bring us. We then cut to the scene at a party where we're introduced to a couple more side characters in Stubby and Alexis, Christopher's best friend and girlfriend respectively. Stubby does not like Alexis.
Stubby?
And Alexis loves paparazzi.
Where are the paparazzi?
Oh, you did not vlog again, did you?
I really like in this scene how, first of all, they're outside of a club with a bouncer and he's just not stepping in. I don't know if that's a job for a bouncer to do. Someone who's bounced could probably let me know. But on top of that, they just have space behind them to back up. They're not glued to the ground. They could just step back and walk into the club. So back in Michigan, we find out that Jessica and Sarah have a school dance coming up. And on top of that, we find out that Sarah's best friend is also obsessed with Christopher Wilde.
We still need pics of Christopher Wilde. Talking, walking.
And holy crap, are these girls ever creepy. They made a pop-up diorama with all of the locations Christopher would be at. That's beyond being creepy. That's you took out the craft scissors for this creepy. It's just so extra. So next we learn that Christopher Wilde is being considered for a movie role, but the people in charge aren't so sure just yet. Reason being?
But my people don't necessarily agree with me. See, all they see is a spoiled punk who likes to tangle with the paparazzi.
He was in some tabloids. I feel like if actors being in tabloids was an issue for selling movies, there would be no movies. Paparazzi would have single-handedly killed the movie industry 20 years ago. But it's a problem in this movie, so to prove that he can handle it, Christopher Wilde agrees to stay out of the paparazzi's eye and to stay inside for one whole weekend. And if this is all you need to be a celebrity? Sign me the fuck up. I don't remember the last time I've gone outside. See you guys in a month when I'm playing the new Marvel character. So now that we've set up our main plot for Christopher Wilde, it's time to go back to California because the Olsen family has just arrived for their vacation. Also, I love when kids movies make jokes that you'll only understand 13 years later in a retrospective video for a YouTube channel.
Calm down. Howard had my back. Hi.
We take care of each other.
Oh.
Damn, Grandma can get it though. So that night, Sarah finds out that Christopher will be playing at a club for his girlfriend Alexis, and because she's so obsessed and has to meet him, she drags her sister out with her, and they go to try and get into this club. And this club has the worst security. The night before, they watch Christopher get hounded by paparazzi, and now they're letting Sarah just walk in? There's literally a lineup of people waiting to get in, and she just walks in and pretends to know everybody. Also, aren't all these characters in high school? What club is letting them in? The club is literally called the 21 Club. Okay, there's an arrow pointing down. Is that supposed to be under 21 Club? Is that a thing? Are there clubs for teens? Who would get into that business? Isn't like all the money in clubs alcohol? Why would you take out the one profitable aspect of a club? Ah, welcome! Thank you for applying to the security position. A little short notice, but that's okay. How are you at dealing with rowdy people? Oh, well, thank you so much for the interview. I guess it depends on what your clientele is. Well, you know, since we're the under 21 club, most of our clientele are kids. Wait a second, this is a club for kids? Yeah, it's a club for kids. Okay, well, I guess I can handle that. Good to hear. We close at 8 p.m. on weekdays so the kids don't miss their bedtimes, but on the weekends, let's just say unlimited soda gets those kids a little bit wild. Woo! Yeah, 10 o'clock just hit, so it's time for unlimited soda, guys. Let's go! Oh my god, unlimited soda! I'm gonna go pee on everything! So Christopher, trying to avoid the paparazzi, sneaks into the back of the club, and I love how flabbergasted this girl's face is that Christopher Wilde showed up to this. So Christopher comes up on stage to sing a song for Alexis's birthday. Alexis's birthday. The song he picks to sing is a song about wearing sunglasses and being hot. I don't want to pretend like I'm some relationship expert, but you're singing for your girlfriend's birthday? Do you not have like a ballad you could sing? To just get up on stage and to be like, hit that mother effing like button if you like hot guys with glasses, let's go. I don't know, it just seems weird. Because this is, by the way, the only song he does. He comes up, he does one song. This is the song. Just a weird choice. Also, we find out that Christopher's friend Stubby is a rapper, and he has probably the wildest stage presence I've seen ever.
Turn the beat up on the radio. I'ma keep my frames on till
Ooh, relax. And also, so much for sneaking in. I don't know why he didn't bother to check this over with the staff, but they just display that he's there on their giant screens in the front of the club, and it feels like such a weird oversight. So yeah, the paparazzi definitely knows he's here now. Annoyed about having to stay in the car, Jessica finally decides to get out and go investigate what's happening. So Jessica makes her way to the back door of the club. I don't know what her plan is here. Most back doors to buildings don't open from the outside, and if they did, they'd be locked. So I don't know if she was hoping to just pry the door open, but it doesn't matter anyway, because as she's about to walk up to the door, Christopher walks out and smacks her in the head with the door. Maybe that was the plan. I don't know. Worried that he might have just killed a girl and wanting to escape the paparazzi, he offers to take her to the hospital where we find out that she is okay, and we also find out that the paparazzi followed them.
My waiting room is filled with big guys with big cameras.
The paparazzi found me?
And then on top of that, he gets a phone call alerting him to the fact that the guy who wanted to set up the movie deal with him is visiting their house and is looking for him to talk.
Yes, right now. We thought he wasn't coming, but he just showed up with your two biggest fans.
So at this point, instead of driving Jessica home, who is, need I remind you, a child and a stranger and also hurt, he decides to force her along to come back to his house. Oh, and don't worry, on the way there, they get into a fight.
I want to go home, okay?
Ow! What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? Nothing. I'm looking forward to being grounded until I'm 30.
Oh, is that why you're so crabby?
I'm not crabby.
And this is gonna be a trend throughout the movie. They get into a lot of fights. Now guys, I think they might like each other in that way that every teen movie has its two main characters seem to fall in love with each other. You know, toxically. So they get back to his place where he forces her to hide in his room.
Go,
What are you doing?
Gotta go upstairs, gotta go.
Stop pulling me.
This is not kidnapping. He's famous and he's allowed to do this. So now that we're at his house, Chris plays another song. This time, at least it wasn't about how hot he was, so that's a nice change of pace.
I'm no Superman. I can't take your hand.
After that, he and Jessica get into another fight because she is understandably annoyed that she hasn't been taken home yet, and he finally drives her home. Oh hey, by the way, do you guys want to see someone's ego get shattered?
You don't like my music?
No, I like your music. I'm just not crazy about you.
But you don't even know me.
Precisely.
So Christopher finally drops Jessica off when he realizes he's been followed by paparazzi this whole time. So he asks to stay in the garage for the night. They fight again, but then he's allowed to stay. Kind of unrelated, but at this point, you might have this question the same way I did. Why are these paparazzi so persistent? They're in Hollywood. Is there not other celebrities that they could follow? Do paparazzi just get assigned to a celebrity for life and they just can't not follow anyone else? No, I just got assigned Christopher Wilde? I gotta follow that little brat around everywhere now. Who'd you get? Oh, let's go! Dwayne Johnson! Yeah! I'm gonna follow that guy around so close. Sorry, dude. Yeah. I fucking hate you.
Syrup, please.
I didn't see any. Mom, got any more syrup?
Oh, sure. On the shelf in the garage. I'll get it.
What? Who keeps syrup in the garage? Do you not have, like, a pantry? How does someone get to the point where they have syrup in their garage? Like, that seems so inconvenient. If every breakfast you want syrup, you have to walk out to the garage. Anyway, thankfully, once they do go out to the garage, Christopher Wilde is gone, and back in the house, the TV show Starstruck is on. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, Starstruck? Like the name of the movie? Like the name of the Christopher Wilde song of the title of the movie? And yeah, it's kind of weird, and it got me thinking, do you think that, like, his parents pay this company to follow him around and to make him seem more popular than he is? Because if you just have people following you around all the time, taking photos, talking about you on TV, of course people are gonna think you're famous. I think this might be why these guys don't go anywhere else. They just follow him, because that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're paid to do, to follow him, to make him seem more popular than he is. Because they never talk about any other celebrities on the show in the movie. Anyway, they report that Christopher Wilde was seen with another girl, and we know who this girl is.
It's a beautiful day. Here, take the keys to my car and go to the beach.
Really? Thanks, Grandma.
It's beach time, guys!
Today's the day. I can feel it. He's here somewhere.
Not even 2 minutes into getting to this beach, Jessica bumps into Christopher again, who says that he is hiding out from the paparazzi. You know, at his favorite beach. So well known that Sarah knew what beach to go to, and she's just a fan, a creepy fan. She's not getting paid to follow this guy around and know everything about him. I'm starting to think that my conspiracy theory makes more sense now, and also that Christopher does not know how to hide. 3, 2, 1, ready or not, Chris, here I come. Dude, you gotta learn how to hide better. In an effort to get home and lose the paparazzi, Christopher asks to swap cars.
Meet Petunia.
You've got to be kidding me.
I love how the paparazzi all arrive in these, like, evil mastermind looking black vans, like a swarm of bad guys in like a video game. I don't want to tell them how to do their job, but it might be easier to catch photos of Christopher Wilde if they just tried to blend in. How did that guy not see him? He was not even a foot away. He's in the same clothes as the day before. Man, these paparazzi suck. Oh, you know what? Christopher Wilde wasn't wearing a hat. Sorry. Alright guys, fan out. We gotta go find Christopher Wilde. He's somewhere on this beach in not a hat. And now we're at the obligatory Disney Channel movie montage where we have to listen to one of the terrible original songs that were made for this movie. What a grating sound to start a pop song with. Sounds like someone farted and then like pitch shifted it. Harkening back to earlier, during this montage, we get a sense that maybe these two like each other. And before you get excited about this notion, I did some digging, the kind of digging that ruins your childhood, and found out that during the filming of this movie, the guy who plays Christopher was 21, and the girl that plays Jessica was 15. I know they're actors, but that's like still pretty creepy, right? Anyway, back to the movie. Christopher Wilde is still probably one of the worst people at escaping the paparazzi. This entire montage has them visiting like every landmark in Hollywood, you know, where there's like lots of people, and he's still just wearing a hat for a disguise and glasses. The glasses don't even seem like a disguise when you consider that he has a song all about wearing glasses. Seems like the exact thing you'd expect him to be wearing. Anyway, the paparazzi does end up finding him, and to escape the paparazzi, they commit my favorite movie trope and go on a random back road and then continue to drive straight even though they clearly don't know where they are.
Just keep driving.
That last sign said deer crossing. There are no deer.
You know, you complain more than my sister.
Look, all I'm saying is that if I'm in a situation where this is happening, I'm just gonna pull the car over. They already cleared the paparazzi. They're gone. They're not anywhere near them. Maybe turn around and go back. I don't know why movies insist that this is like a realistic way people get lost. Sweetie, I think we might be getting lost. This must be the right way. Okay, but I think if we keep going straight, we might get into a predicament we can't foresee right now. Look, the map said turn here. So I turned here, the map says go straight, I go straight. Alright, it's not that complicated, sweetie. But we could just pull over and double check, right? And then we wouldn't be wasting all this time? Well, if you wanted to pull over, we should have done it 20 minutes back. The map said go straight. I'm going straight. I'm tired of, arguing about this, sweetie. Let's just enjoy our trip. Shit, who put that cliff there? Great, you didn't want to pull over. Look at that, the predicament we couldn't foresee. Anyway, they commit the sin and they keep going forward. And what do you know? Something bad happens.
Great.
Rip Petunia. After 5 minutes of runtime of this movie, of them fighting, they finally find a lake of water. And they have a water fight, and then they're good, because that's all you need. They have some heart-to-heart where Christopher kind of talks about how maybe he doesn't want to be that famous anymore. And during this time, Sarah shows up at his place.
Stubby?
Oh, fuck. Sarah?
I don't know why this scene is included. Obviously she goes because she got his car. And at first I was like, well, how does she know where he lives? But then I remembered she's just kind of weird like that, you know? She just kind of like knows these things. But that leads to nothing.
Oh, that's not good.
And we jump back to Jessica and Christopher when they are about to kiss. And oh, thank God. Thank God those surfers were there, because that would have been a very uncomfortable scene knowing what I know now. And everybody knows that in any movie, the second any sound is made at all, you have to stop kissing. So now that they've walked back to reality, Christopher suddenly remembers that he's a celebrity. So they fight again because Christopher says something about how he's famous.
If we go down there, if we get photographed together, it'll get crazy. And I won't get this movie deal.
And that makes things complicated because everyone knows famous people don't get their photos taken with ordinary girls.
I'm Christopher Wilde, you're just an ordinary girl.
Not mentioned in this whole argument, by the way, Alexis. And now it's time for my second favorite Disney Channel trope, a sad montage. Wait a second, those are ordinary girls, you liar. Fast forward, like a few days, I'm not really sure. We find out that Christopher can't stop thinking about Jessica.
Maybe she's real, you know? She's annoyingly honest. She's smart, she's cool, she's funny, she's beautiful.
Alexis is standing right behind me, isn't she? So Alexis and Christopher break up and the Olsen family is about to return to Michigan. But then, uh-oh, the paparazzi found out who Jessica is, and for some reason, that's enough for Christopher to lose his spot on the movie. Unless, of course, he admits he has no idea who she is.
You call Libby Lamb. You offer her an exclusive. You say you don't know this girl. You say she's just some fan who was following you around all day.
But he wouldn't do that after all they've been through. Wouldn't he? Yeah, he does.
Jessica Olsen.
Yeah, she looks kind of familiar.
Back in Michigan, every paparazzi apparently found out where Jessica lives and followed them home. First of all, there's no way there's paparazzi in Michigan, which means all of these people came from California, which I looked up is a 5-hour flight. You're telling me there weren't better leads to chase for other celebrities in California? Secondly, how did they all get a last-minute flight? All this news broke, and all this stuff happened within a day. Did they all take the same flight? Did they get on different ones? How did this work? And just lastly, are they getting paid enough for this? Are they getting comped all this cost for travel? Why would you spend so much money on this one scoop? There's other celebrities. Unless, of course, my conspiracy theory is true. They just follow Christopher Wilde. Anyway, the paparazzi won't leave the house until Jessica comes out and gives a statement. So she does.
You don't want the truth. You want a story. You take a good, normal person and turn him into your own little reality show.
And she absolutely puts that paparazzi on blast. Let's go, Jessica.
The Christopher Wilde you're all so obsessed with. I promise you I never met him.
Christopher Wilde sees this, and that inspires something in him. And also, is his TV photoshopped? I don't know what it is about this, but the TV just looks photoshopped. So after Christopher sees Jessica on the TV, he gets this weird fire in him lit up. He really wants to go get Jessica back, so he quits the movie that he finally got after all of that stress of the whole weekend. He goes and fires his parents from being his managers, and weirdest of all, somehow figures out what school in Michigan the girls go to. Also, the fact that there is a dance coming up, and none of this information, as far as I'm aware, has been volunteered to him. So that's fucking weird. And then he travels out there, serenades Jessica in front of the entire school. They talk, they get together. The host from the Starstruck show is here for some reason. No place in this universe has good security, apparently, to just let these grown-ass adults with cameras walk into their school dance. And yeah, everyone lives happily ever after because it's a Disney movie. So what's the moral of this movie? You know, it's a movie for kids, right? What do we take from this movie? Stockholm Syndrome has a hell of an effect on people, and also there's just no consequences for being like a stalker. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and leave a comment telling me how wrong I am about my movie review, and that actually this movie is the best movie on Disney Channel, and I suck, and I'm a stupid doo-doo head. Go ahead, do it. I dare you. Bye.